everybody. I'm Mindy Tate, CEO of Franklin Amara, and welcome to the November 14th Frank Talks, ready for home for the holidays. And I took it literally, so I have a lot of Christmas sweaters. Often it's hard to fit them all into the month of December. But I promise I will not wear another Christmas sweater before Thanksgiving. I promise, because I love Thanksgiving, and we have so much to be thankful for in our community, and I don't want to spoil the season there. So much to be thankful for and grateful for. So I'm going to have Nancy Conway come up and do her Did You Know question. And she's already told some people they're ineligible to win the prize, which is this lovely Franklinite hat and sticker.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Morning. And you look bright-eyed, very alert to be so cold this morning. But now we're ready for this wonderful program called Ready for Home for the Holidays. And you think about a lot of things regarding being home for the holidays. But one thing that many people think about is shopping. So, with that said, I don't mean to focus only on one subject, but of course we've got Richard right here, the general manager of the Cool Springs Galleria Retail Mall. But I just want to remind you that the Cool Springs Galleria Retail Mall is the largest retail mall in Williamson County. So when you think about shopping, we have so many wonderful opportunities, including downtown Franklin, Galleria, and on and on. Now here's your quiz question. Are you ready? Everybody listening? Quiz question is, what year did this mall open? Wrong. Wrong. Wrong.
Heather? 91. Heather, yay.
Heather.
Heather got it.
Heather got it. Okay. Congratulations.
Yes, you get a prize. Oh, well, it's the year she moved here. So I remember going to the grand opening and all the pre-construction and seeing that. So, and I still love going to the mall, and I love shopping in downtown. I was just shopping in downtown yesterday. So
Richard wouldn't tell me the answer.
would he not?
No, I kept saying, Richard.
We'll get you a hat. We cannot do our events without our great sponsors, Williamson Medical Center and Renaissance Bank. And we really appreciate their support. They allow us to do this monthly. We're looking at some new things for 2023. It's hard to even say that now, 2023, that will possibly make this a little bit, add to the value of this. And so we're excited, but I want to bring up Greg Broy and let Greg tell us a little bit about things happening at Williamson Medical.
Good morning, and we're also happy to be a part of Cool Springs Galleria this holiday season by sponsoring the Santa. So Mr. Santa, please go see him and say hi. November is Diabetes Awareness Month, and unfortunately 650,000 Tennessee adults are affected by this disease, and we estimate that 250,000 Tennessee adults are undiagnosed. So we've got a video here shortly that was going to talk to you about living a healthier lifestyle through education. We've got Dr. Arthur Williams, our clinical nutrition manager, Lisa Matthews, and one of our patients, Joe Williams, here to tell you more.
Three months ago, I was not feeling well. I went into my physician and he said, you know what? I think your sugar level's high. I think that's causing all your problems. I do eat bad. I mean, like chocolate covered bacon bad. I was at 259 pounds. They did my blood draw. My A1C was 12.8. It scared me. I mean, I got a 10-year-old daughter. It terrified me.
When I make the diagnosis of diabetes with a patient, other than starting them on medications and doing some basic counseling, I always send them to our dietary center.
Often people know what they're supposed to do. They know the what. What they struggle with is the how. Really kind of tailor making the plan and the program to fit what they're going through is key, and that is where we come in. We teach them how to do these things.
It wasn't really like speaking to someone who is telling you, you gotta do this, you gotta do this, you gotta do this. She allowed me to ask the questions I needed to do to personalize a plan that would work for me.
The first appointment is basically a get to know you appointment. So we unpack what's going on with them. We talk to them about what their concerns are. We get a food history, so we find out kind of a day in the life from an eating standpoint from them. We talk about anything from diabetes to heart disease, food allergies and sensitivities, disordered eating, maybe sports nutrition, weight loss, weight gain.
Sometimes they need encouragement and they need motivation. And the dietitians are really good at motivating our patients to eat better and be healthier.
In the past 3 months, I've dropped 25 pounds and my A1C is down to 6.5. My doctor took me off all of my diabetes medication. I feel better. I sleep better. Everybody says, I can't do this. Oh, if I can do it, you can.
Really something to think about. Art Williams is my doctor, has been for a number of years, and I have my physical with him on Thursday. I hope that's not like foreseeing the future or anything there a little bit. But thanks so much, Greg. Renaissance Bank is also a partner, and we appreciate them. Greg, Tony, y'all want to say anything? Tony, Tina, Diane? Hey? Okay, but they have a funny video. Something, who loves college football? Yay.
I really don't see what's so hard about it. Go on the road, start your backup quarterback, and convert a 4th and 11 and win. Easy peasy.
Hey, Texas A&M, you want some cake?
Does it have cyanide in it?
I don't think so.
I'm good, thanks.
Okay, teams, gather around. It's time to select this season's SEC division winners. This year, we're gonna try something a little bit different. Whichever team be worthy will pull the sword from the turf and be crowned division winner.
So we just gotta pull that out of the thing.
That's it, but be wary. It could be harder than
I'll make this quick. I know we all have things to do. Okay, so the trick is you wanna lift with your legs and not your back, all right? Here we go. Any second now.
I don't think it's moving.
I felt it budge!
It didn't budge.
Preseason unanimous division champs! This thing is coming out!
Why don't we let another team try?
Oh, the second I stop pulling, the sooner I have to realize the cold, dark reality that the Saban dynasty is in its fading twilight years!
Okay, who's next? Kentucky, preseason top 10?
Oh, yes! Let him go! The only thing my man's pulling out of that is defeat out of certain victory. Pass. Spencer Rattler was supposed to be a good quarterback. He was on Netflix.
Missouri?
Under the cage. For many moments we have been down, forgotten, dismissed. So I shall wield this sword with great power, and my...
Okay, we have our East Division winners. Now let's see if we can find that West Division winner, okay?
We're gonna do this again for the playoff top 4 again, right? Because we all saw the Pac-12 implode tonight, right? Because we're definitely in.
If only we'd been rolling with Coach Caddy from week 1. I feel like it's moving.
It's not moving. Oh, just once in my life, let me go to Atlanta. I never asked for anything.
Yeah, we're still a quarterback away from trying that.
Okay, well, I guess that's everyone.
No. I'll try.
LSU?
Missing the extra points lately? Yeah, we almost beat these losers with Harsin.
Hey, what accent has Brian Kelly adopted this week? Yeah, SEC Shorts called that guy out for being a clown in week 1, and their commentary this season has been spot on.
Maybe you should wait until year 2 of the rebuild.
resume now. Blew out SEC West Division winner on the road.
Alexa, play Neck.
This episode was brought to you by Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
It's getting serious now, isn't it? It's getting a little serious, but hopefully fun. So thank you to the Good Food Group, which is your local McDonald's partners and franchisee here, for providing coffee for us. And I want to just take a minute and invite you, if you haven't already, RSVP to join us tomorrow night, starting at 5 o'clock for a reception and 6 p.m. for our 16th Annual Exemplary Community Volunteer Awards. These awards come from organizations and individuals from across the community, and so we are very happy to share these awards with you and to let you see who some of our nominees are. The recipients will be announced tomorrow night for this Volunteer Spirit Award, which is up to 5 awards are given in that category. Emerging Leader, we've got somebody here with us today who's a nominee in this category, Rebecca Zeitlin. Thanks for being here, Rebecca. She's nominated for a variety of organizations. And then also, we've got the Youth Initiative Award. We will have also the Neighbor to Neighbor Award. And this is a great opportunity just to come and see the good works being done in our community. This year, we decided not to charge to attend this event. It's really one of the few events that Franklin Tomorrow charges for, has in the past. We just decided we really wanted to spotlight the good works going on in the community. So this is an opportunity for you. And so November 15th, that's tomorrow. It's gonna be rainy. It's probably gonna be cold. I promise it won't snow. Oh, please don't let it snow. But we'll have that reception at 5 o'clock with some light refreshments, and then the program at 6 p.m. And Tom Lawrence just came in the back of the room. He's my co-host tomorrow. And when Tom and I get started, we roll. We go. We will hope to be out of there in an hour and 40 minutes, Tom. That's our goal. So we'll hopefully see you tomorrow night as well. So who's ready for the holidays? Who's all ready? Okay, I don't see a lot of like this. I see more like I don't know. I'm sort of ready for the holidays. I'm ready in terms of my spirit for the holidays, and I'm ready in terms of what I'm prepared to do for the holidays. And we probably should have had Cindy Seiler from Mercy also talk to us about being prepared for the holidays in terms of our spirit for the holiday, but Valencia can talk a little bit about that too. Before we get started with our speakers, I do want to thank the Franklin Fire Department for being here, and they can offer you some advice on personal home safety and fire safety, but be mindful of that certainly as we get into this cold weather, because they don't want to have to come to your house for any reason, okay? But we're going to get started, and I'm going to start by welcoming Chief Deb Faulkner. I've got to go back one. I can never do this right. I even knew I wasn't supposed to do that. Welcome, Chief Deb Faulkner with the Franklin Police Department. Your personal safety, your property safety, your spirit during the season is something that she and her officers and team are really concerned about. And I got a press release at the end of last week about their safety procedures for the holiday, but I want Chief to tell us a little bit about how we can be ready for home for the holidays while protecting ourselves and our homes. Go ahead, Chief.
All right, thanks, Nadine.
Oh, here's the mic.
Everybody.
It's on.
Okay, I could use my roll call voice, but
That would scare me.
firefighters in the back are laughing. They know what I'm talking about. You've probably seen some of the press releases. We've done a real full court press regarding Cool Springs Mall. And we do this every year. It's about the 7th year that we've done this particular mission, which is called Not in Our Mall. And so we've got a lot of extra officers out there. Some you'll recognize, some you won't necessarily know because they're undercover officers. We'll have our incident command vehicle out there. We just want people to know that we have the area pretty much saturated We've got digital signs out there that says heavy police presence. That's just to let those individuals who decide to drop off the interstate and think this is Nashville and they're going to go in and smash and grab, we might smash and grab them. So anyway, we've got all of that going on, and it's important to us that people feel safe when they're going to go see Santa Claus or just go out to dinner or just take their children out there to walk around and do some shopping. I want to remind you, and I'm sorry I have to do this, but apparently I do, not to leave valuables in your vehicle, no matter where you are, even it's one of those things where I'm just going to be a minute, I'm just going to run in. Well, not only are we watching you, but so are the thugs. So don't leave purses, don't leave backpacks, telephones, money, credit cards, guns. Your car is not a holster. Do not leave a gun in your car and leave it unattended. Just assume that there's always somebody watching you, because there probably is. When you go to daycare, a gym to work out for a little while, gas station, market, grocery store, even in your driveway, don't leave valuables. You may have visitors coming for the holidays. Tell them not to leave their luggage in there. Shopping bags with gifts in them. You know, they're going to look in and see what you've got. If it looks good, they're going to take it. And I often say, you know, if you're a bad guy, you want to go where the good stuff is, and we got good stuff. So let's keep it out of your vehicle. If you're traveling during the holidays, I want to remind you, if you've never noticed this before, if you go to the Franklin Police Department website, there's a little button that's real easy to see right in the middle of the page. It says vacation check. If you'd like an officer to come by and check your home while you're out, it just asks a few questions like, you know, when are you gonna be out of town, your address. Sometimes it may, if you want to say there should only be, you know, one car in the driveway and it's this kind of a car. It's interesting, sometimes I hear the call and an officer's doing a bolo or an extra patrol, and they'll go and they'll be looking, just walking around the house, and all of a sudden they hear somebody on the camera saying, "Hey, how you doing? It's my house. Will you make sure that back door is locked? We can't remember if we locked it or not." "Oh, yeah, sure, I'll check the back door." So, you know, it's kind of that interesting interaction. But again, the vacation check button is there if you want to let us know. Special events are coming up. Christmas parade, Dickens of a Christmas, the Christmas tree lighting, downtown Franklin. All of these are great fun for you and your family. A lot of planning and training goes on to prepare for these events in order to ensure public safety is always at the top of the list. Again, you'll see uniformed officers. You may see a couple of SWAT officers on rooftops or in our tower, just sort of watching the whole crowd as a whole. And there'll be undercover officers as well, but we'll be blocking roadways to protect pedestrians and monitoring any potential threat to people in the downtown area. I want to mention this because there's been so much in the national media about it regarding active shooter training. Our officers do this constantly. It's not a one and done. We're doing it every week. We pull officers in off the street for a little while just to do a refresher. And I want you to know that our policy and our training is to go directly to any threat and stop it immediately. We don't wait for anybody else to get there. We go in and stop it. We have breaching tools out in the field 24/7. We don't need to wait for somebody to bring a breaching tool. We have those, and if we have to, we've already told schools, we'll use our vehicles to get in if we have to. We've got, we have equipment on the front of our SUVs. We'll go right in with those if we need to. I want to mention that officers have been busy this year doing CPTED, which is Crime Prevention Through Environmental Design. We have specially trained officers who can go to your church or your place of business and make suggestions for crime prevention and safety. For example, improved lighting where landscaping is placed. You know, if you've let the landscaping grow up and hide windows, that sort of thing. If windows or exits are blocked and so on. We've just completed a CPTED study of the downtown area, especially the Main Street business area. There's a lot of parties during the holidays. If you see someone getting behind the wheel of a vehicle who is clearly impaired, I'm begging you, we have a zero tolerance for this. Call us. If you know them, offer to give them a ride or call them a ride, but don't let them get behind the wheel of a car. This is the 318th day of 2022, and already my officers have made over 345 DUI arrests. Now, this is a problem, and we know that it increases during the holidays. And I'm all about people having a good time. If you want to have a glass of wine, stay the hell in the house. Don't get out behind the wheel of a car. A resource that I want to mention is the 988 number. This is a 24/7 number that offers mental health support. It's okay not to be okay, but sometimes you need to talk to somebody. And we have a lot of new people to our community, and they probably haven't affiliated with a church, probably don't even know their neighbors. There's a lot of loneliness and depression during the holidays. People get very melancholy. They think back about things. You see all the commercials on TV, and it's a tough time, even though it's a lot of fun. I hate to be Debbie Downer, but I'm just saying, if you know someone who is making suicidal ideations, let's get them some assistance. We have partnered with Franklin Tomorrow, and we have officers on staff, and there's other representatives within the department who do the QPR training, and that stands for Question, Persuade, and Refer. And that's another way. It's like a mental health first aid kit. We have to listen to each other. And somebody may say something, and you think, oh, well, they don't mean it. Well, it might be an ask for help. So let's do that. Let's listen to them, and let's get them some help. On my way over here, officers were responding to a psychological emergency in the Franklin area. This is one of our leading calls for service, and I see the firefighters back there nodding their head. They know what the heck I'm talking about. But it's a tough time. So let's listen to one another and try to help. Self-defense is a topic I hear a lot about. We are currently offering our RAD classes for women. RAD stands for Rape, Aggression, and Defense, and you can go on the Franklin Police Department website and see when the next class is being offered. We have members of the department who are certified to teach these classes. They're very, very popular in the community, and and I have a couple of guys that will volunteer, or I think they get volunteered, to put on the red men's suit so the women can beat on them and stuff and practice what they learn. We're currently filling our toy boxes for neighbors who could use a little extra holiday joy. We have 15 that have been especially made, handcrafted by Mr. Brad Lewis. He makes these every year for us to give away in honor of his daughter Christy and his son Carter. They were hit by a semi-truck on Interstate 65 when they stopped to help 5 people who were in an overturned SUV. It was ice-covered, and their vehicle had flipped over, and Christy, who was a nurse, had gotten out with their little 10-year-old son to help them, and a semi came along. He didn't see him till it was too late. He couldn't stop, and they were hit and killed. So every year, Mr. Lewis makes these toy boxes for us to give away, and we have 15 now, and we're doing a toy drive, and anyone who'd like to contribute can bring an unwrapped toy to police headquarters and leave it in the lobby, and we'd appreciate it. I'm extremely proud. I'm trying to talk fast and throw a lot at you because I know they have a lot of information to share with you a while also. But I'm honored to be the chief of police here in Franklin. I believe that you want to know that we're constantly striving to be the best that we can be in order to provide high-quality police services to you and your family. It's important to me, and I know it's important to you, and it's important to the men and women that I serve. I want to thank you, and if I don't get a chance to say it, I hope all of you, I know I've been Debbie Downer, but I hope you all have a blessed and joyful holiday, and if you need us, we don't work from home. We're there. We got you, so just let us know. We're honored to serve. Our value statement that we have in our roll call room says we value the people we serve and each other, and we stand by that. So thank you. I'll shut up.
All right, Chief. So thank you so much, Chief. And just I wanted to make sure you saw what's back on the fire table in terms of fire safe for the holidays. That's about your decorations and putting stuff up in your house, kitchen fire safety. And then this book is comprehensive on, I already learned something just scanning through it for half a second. So please pick those up and take the kids a fire hat. Come on, it'll be good. So next I want to introduce Richard Wright, who is the new general manager of the Cool Springs Galleria and the related properties there. But Richard's not new to Williamson County because he lived in Cottonwood for a number of years before, for the last several years prior to joining Cool Springs Galleria, he was at Rivergate Mall. And so, but he's familiar with our community, and so we want to hear about the holidays from the Cool Springs Galleria. So Richard Wright.
Thank you very much. Actually, I've been here 28 years, so it's been a while in Cottonwood. Anyway, I want to thank Chief Faulkner for your comments earlier. A quick funny story. I had an email or something came in over the wire about a woman who was complaining that she was at Cool Springs Galleria. Walked into several stores and felt like somebody was following her and made her very uncomfortable, which is something obviously that we don't like, and then exited through Dillard's and walked out into the parking lot where there were 2 vehicles parked out there with their lights on and some shady-looking men sitting in those vehicles, and that made her feel very uncomfortable, and would we please look into it? So we did. The person that followed her to those 3 stores was our director of security, and the 2 men sitting out in the vehicles in the parking lot were undercover Franklin Police Department police officers. She was probably the safest person on this planet at that point. So they do. So don't judge a book by its cover. Thank you very much. And I've been at Cool Springs just about 4.5 months now. I did come from Rivergate and was with a company called H.G. Hill Realty Company prior to that for about 19 years. I'm a native Nashvilleian, so I'm a bit of a unicorn. So I love this area. I do remember coming down to the Cool Springs area as a boy. My father worked for a company called Tom James, which had an office down there. I believe it was on George Patton or somewhere like that, if I remember. So go back a long way with the area, and I'm just pleased to be here. Let's see here. I'm not a tech guy, so let me try this.
Should work. There you go.
There we go. All right. The mall is a joint venture between CBL Properties and an entity called Nuveen, which is a subsidiary of TIAA CREF, the retirement fund. So 50-50 joint venture. CBL Properties is the managing company of it. CBL is a publicly traded company based out of Chattanooga. We're a real estate investment trust. I won't read everything in here, but I think it's important to look at our vision, which is the CBL Properties are more than just a place to shop. We're redefining what the mall means in the communities we serve, and by combining retail, dining, entertainment, and other mixed uses. And I think that's important as we go along through the presentation today about what to think about when you think of mall. CBL has a vast portfolio across the United States. You can see those there. Cool Springs Galleria is considered to be one of CBL Properties' top tier, tier 1 malls. We're one of, I believe, 3 tier 1 malls. So it is it was told to me when I took the job that no pressure, but this is the crown jewel of the CBL portfolio. Don't mess it up. When you think about a shopping mall, historically, you've kind of thought in terms of stores and the restaurants and maybe the requisite video arcade or Radio Shack even. I think there was a Radio Shack in every mall. It was required, as well as a Spencer Gifts. Who snuck into Spencer Gifts when they were a kid and weren't supposed to? Me too. my generation grew up on that mall format. Those were the days before the big box discount retailers, the W, the big W, and the DGs and those. I'll try not to mention too many names in here. But it was also in the days before online shopping. And when you wanted to go shop, you traveled a long way to a shopping center. I mean, you would come from Columbia and in Alabama and everywhere to go to a mall like Cool Springs Galleria, because there just simply wasn't a whole lot else out there. When Cool Springs was built, it was kind of Cool Springs and the cows and the trees. New shoppers, especially those in the generations after the baby boomers, my generation, expect more than goods and services. Today they want a shopping experience. There was a good book written several years ago called The Experience Economy. You look at, I have a 26-year-old daughter, so she's I guess she's a millennial, and then I have a Gen Z daughter as well. They don't consume like my generation does. They're not into the stuff. You know all that stuff you've got in your house that you've been saving for your children? They don't want it. They're into experiences. They want to travel. They want to go out with friends and that type of thing. So we look at that when we're looking at what we put in the mall. This generation looks for convenience, entertainment, value, and good customer service. Who would have thought even a decade ago that you would find a casino or a healthcare facility or an entertainment venue or a hotel adjacent to a mall? The key to a successful mall campus today is to rethink the real estate, and in whole or in part, as a community-centered, interconnected locale for engaging in commerce. Are malls dead? The answer is it kind of depends on the mall. Industry prognosticators say that of the 1,200 to 1,300 enclosed malls in the United States, probably 200 to 300 of them will survive the next decade. But that statistic, like many other statistics, is somewhat misleading. It's perhaps more accurate to say that many of those challenged malls will evolve, and you're seeing that everywhere. Just in our own community, you've seen one major shopping mall, this is decades ago, incorporate a regional healthcare facility in it, combined with retail shopping. Another one was demolished and made into a lifestyle open-air center. And another one is slated to become a health care facility with retail and even an ice rink associated with it. Doesn't look like my generation's mall, very different. You look at many challenge malls, they're in areas where the economic demographics surrounding them has shifted or remained stagnant. As Mark Twain once said after the premature publishing of his obituary, the reports of my death are greatly exaggerated, and that's somewhat true with malls. What differentiates Cool Springs Galleria from other malls is that it's thriving as a traditional mall while adding and enhancing the mall experience to adapt to changing demographics. Williamson County has 60.5% of its working population with a bachelor's degree or higher. Some of these are 2020 statistics. They may have changed some. A median household income approaching $120,000. A median home sale price in excess of $800,000. An unemployment rate of less than 3%. It's a hot place for major corporate headquarters and sub-headquarters. In short, Cool Springs Galleria is ideally situated as a mall to thrive because it's surrounded by customers who have disposable income. You look at those malls that are struggling, their incomes are typically level. There's an old saying in retail that Retail follows rooftops. Single-family homes, which typically have the higher incomes, are where retail is typically thriving. Channel 5 in Nashville just this past week posted a story that brick and mortar sales this holiday season would surpass online sales. Cool Springs Galleria traffic is up, our sales are up, and we're approaching 95% occupancy with more great things on its way. I would say sometime, you're never going to see any mall with 100% occupancy. There's always turnover, but I would say sometime in 2023, we will be close to 100% occupancy. You look around at a lot of other malls, and I'm very proud of that statistic for us. We're expecting a healthy holiday season. Jolly old man with a beard just arrived on Friday, so bring the kiddos out to see him. One thing that we're adding this year to our Santa experience is some diversity. We have a Santa of color that is going to be there part of the time this year. So you can find that information on our website, as long as bringing your pets and that type of thing. So please come. Let's see here. Cool Springs Galleria, like I said, is one of CBL's top performing assets. If you haven't been to Cool Springs Galleria lately, there's a lot you have missed. Come see us and you won't be disappointed. If holiday experience is what you're looking for, come see us between now and the end of the year. Bring the whole family. All our events and retailers can be found on the Cool Springs Galleria website. Our slogan is, meet us at the mall. Yes, we want you to come and find goods, entertainment, dining, and services you need, but there's a deeper meaning to shopping locally at a store. Each of those stores in the mall employs your neighbors. Each pays taxes, which supports our community, our schools, our roads, and our first responders. Before you hit that buy button online, come and see what else is in store and meet us at the mall. Thank you very much.
So I'll just say that half of my outfit is from the mall, half is from online, but my outfit tomorrow is completely from downtown Franklin, okay, Heidi? It's completely from downtown Franklin. So for the Volunteer Awards, it's all downtown Franklin. But thanks so much, Richard. And really, I mean, if you haven't been to the mall since the pandemic, it's worth going and walking around. I had to go to the Hallmark store and buy the requisite Disney ornaments for this year, and wandered through Penny's, wandered through Macy's. So, you know, it's there, and it does support us in a unique way in that sales tax in Franklin is extremely important to your property tax rate and keeping it low. So whether you shop at the Galleria or you go to the downtown Franklin area and visit the merchants there, you're helping our community. So we're going to turn it over to Heidi Hood, who's the director of the Downtown Franklin Association.
Good morning, everybody. A happy holiday season. I'm excited to share a few things with you. Let's see if I can get my slides pulled up. Thanks, Mindy and team, for pulling this off for me. These very last-minute slides. So the Downtown Franklin Association has been around since the 80s. We're a nonprofit with a mission to promote economic vitality in the context of historic preservation. We run Main Street America programming year-round. We're accredited with that national program, and we're a division of the Heritage Foundation of Williamson County. So this holiday season, we are excited about Small Business Saturday. So if you'll save the date, write this down if you're a note taker. November 26th is the Shop Small Saturday event founded by American Express in 2010. To support small businesses and celebrate communities across the country, you can shop small in downtown Franklin on the Saturday after Thanksgiving. And if you want to listen up, I've got some exciting deals to tout real quick on behalf of some of these retailers that have some special things planned for you. Onyx and Alabaster, if you shop there on Small Business Saturday, you'll receive 20% off your home market purchase. Hester and Cook is celebrating 12 days of Christmas, and on Shop Small Saturday, they're going to offer 50% off all table runners and huge in-store giveaways. Posh Boutique is offering 25% off all gift cards, small business pop-ups with Ash from Nash, and specialty gift wrapping from Wrapped and Tagged. The Heirloom Shop is offering a small business Saturday pop-up with Link and Lou. And then Haley B is going to offer $20 off any $75 purchase. And Black Friday as well, they're celebrating 30% off from 9 to noon, 20% off from 12 to 6. All of this you'll be able to find online at downtownfranklintn.com, just so you know, here in the next couple weeks. And also, you could rewatch this recording, right, Mindy? And you could hear these special deals. But there's going to be a blog and a press release with all this stuff too. So the registry is offering free Waterford ornament with purchase of $125 and a match promotion. Rebel, 10% off the entire store, including arts and hats. City Farmhouse, free local delivery on select antique furniture. Purple Butterfly, all things holiday, 20% off. Christmas PJs, apparel, bows, decorations, and Christmas toys. You could buy one of those toys and drop them off at the police department, right, for that giveaway that they're doing. Vinnie Louise is offering double loyalty points. Binks Outfitters is offering store-wide sales plus up to 50% off of various brands. Twine Graphics is offering 15% off all T-shirts. And finally, John D. and Mimi and Dottie are offering mimosas all day. And so you can also sign up for a chance to win a $250 gift card there. So those are some of the small businesses that are planning extra special things for you. And this always leads to the question, what about parking on Small Business Saturday downtown? It's a landlocked district. What are we going to do about it? Okay, so every year the Downtown Franklin Association partners with the Factory at Franklin and the Franklin Transit Authority to provide free transportation with the Hop and Shop trolley the weekends between Thanksgiving and Christmas. Dickens of a Christmas Weekend, which we'll talk about in a minute. Thanks to whoever's doing that for me. You have my back. I appreciate it. I totally forgot about my slides. Okay, so I've got it in hand. I'll do that next time. But for Small Business Saturday, you can stop at the Factory at Franklin, and you can go ahead and find the trolley. It's going to run in 30-minute shifts between 10 to 5. So that trolley is going to shuttle people to and from the Factory in 30-minute shifts. Guests are told exactly where to find the trolley when they're done. Typically, that's on the public square. Take it back to the Factory, so it helps with the parking situation. All right, and then up next, we also are doing our annual Window Wonderland contest. These are a couple amazing retailers that have actually already submitted their Christmas decor storefront displays this year. We're looking forward to many more, and this contest is going to be basically a social media vote online for your favorite storefront display, and they get a prize. So let's celebrate them for making Christmas look extra special on Main Street by following Downtown Franklin TN on social media and casting your vote this month. All right, so next up, I'm going to talk about the annual Dickens of a Christmas Festival. This is produced by the Heritage Foundation, hosted by the Downtown Franklin Association, and this year it is presented by Wilson Bank and Trust. So this beloved festival recreates the time of Charles Dickens using historic downtown's charming architecture as the backdrop. And a couple different things. Real quick, if you want to note these hours of the festival, on the 10th and 11th of December, you're going to have 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. hours on Saturday and 11 to 5 on Sunday. So it's a 2-day festival, and I believe this is the 37th year. Okay, there it goes. All right, so a couple different activations you can look forward to at this festival. Is it going to pull it up? There we go. Town Sing. So Saturday night at the main stage with candles, you're going to enjoy a town sing. A church sing is going to be Sunday night, starting at the main stage and heading to historic Franklin Presbyterian Church. Christmas photos are going to be at the courthouse, and everybody loves the snow that we have coming down from the courthouse. There's going to be photos with Santa on the square, story time around the festival at various different places. There's going to be Charles Dickens of a Christmas, or Dickens Christmas Carol at Franklin Grove. So this is really creative and fun. At the Franklin Grove Estate and Gardens, there's going to be an interactive storytelling of the timeless holiday story, Charles Dickens, A Christmas Carol. And you're going to have actors. There's going to be an adaptation of this story that's told. Tours begin every 30 minutes, so during festival hours on Saturday between 11 and 4, Sunday between 1 and 4. It's a short hike from the festival to Franklin Grove Estate and Gardens, and last year this was a huge hit, so I'm glad they're bringing it back. You get to kind of have an immersive storytelling experience over there. Entertainment-wise, what can we expect? Let's see. You can expect the main stage on the square, the acoustic stage, and Busker's Corner, which was new at Pumpkin Fest. They're bringing it back. And there's also going to be separate performances throughout Victorian Village, which I'll talk more about Victorian Village here in a minute. There's going to be vignettes of A Christmas Carol. There's going to be Victorian Village Square performances by Donald Henley, Glass Harmonica, Flat Creek Dancers, Rapper and Morris Dancers, Victorian Harmonium. So all of these are themed to that Victorian Dickens timepiece. And strolling around, this is what one of my favorite pieces is the fact that sometimes you'll just be walking the festival and then like a performer will just stroll by singing and carolers will just walk by you and they'll just be singing and it's like you're really in the time, you're really in the story. So they're even going to have little actors as orphans that break into song from the musicals like Oliver and Scrooge and all of that stuff. So really cool stuff. Let's see here. I feel like there's another slide. Wait for it. Oh, see, I've already done some of this stuff. But other features, miscellaneous features, okay? We talked about the characters. You're going to see, obviously, Nefarious Fagin from Oliver Twist, Jacob Marley, Ebenezer Scrooge, Tiny Tim, and the rest of the Cratchit family. You'll see them all throughout the festival. There's also going to be living scenes with demonstrators like quilters, spinners, leather makers, woodworkers, and this one's interesting, Applehead doll making. So that should be fun to watch. And there will be a sugar plum cart from Triple Crown Bakery, roasting chestnuts, of course, and then a Boy Scouts Christmas tree. So DFA, we host an activation with each festival that is themed to encourage guests to have a good time at the shops as well. And the Nutcracker Crawl is going to be at Dickens this year. Last year we had the Candy Cane Lane. This year is the Nutcracker Crawl. It's going to be fun. So everybody's going to get a little passport map to various different shops downtown. And these shops are going to have a special discount or treat or favor giveaway that when you go and arrive there, you'll enjoy the shopping and the giveaways. You'll also find a nutcracker that is unique to the store. Get to take your picture with it. So you're making memories, and it's great for the kids because they love to hunt for the nutcracker, and it's like, you know, kind of like hide and seek, but with nutcrackers. But we found people of all ages have enjoyed activations like this, and so we're going to do it again with a nutcracker theme here at Dickens. And anybody who completes the passport, there's like 15 destinations on it. You go find the code at the Nutcracker, put it on your passport. If you bring it back, you get a movie ticket to the Franklin Theater. So it's a cool thing. You get a lot of stuff out of it, and hopefully good memories and a good time. That's all she wrote, folks. Thanks.
That's great, Heidi. So Dickens is always the second full weekend in December. The Christmas tree lighting is the Friday night before on the square, and then the Christmas parade is the Saturday after the parade. And this year is very special for the Christmas tree lighting. We've got Matthew West, who is a current ASCAP Christian Music Songwriter Artist of the Year. And that event will start at 6 p.m., but there's a lot more to be known about it. So look for that in the media or go to the franklintn.gov site and learn about the parade and the Christmas tree lighting. And Franklin and Mars is very proud that we coordinated the fundraising to purchase that tree. Also, thanks, Greg. Y'all are all about Santa this year, aren't you? In those photos with Santa that night, too. So thank you so much. So this is all great and wonderful, and we've got a magical Christmas season planned, and I hope everybody's looking forward to it. But there are also people in our community who are wondering how they will make the holiday season bright for themselves. And we've got Elaine Whitney from One Gen Away, but we're going to let Valencia Breckenridge with GraceWorks tell us about ways that you can make the holiday season bright, not just for your family, but for others who are in need in our community. And so, Valencia, we'll give it to you.
Thank you. Hey, everybody. I love Franklin, hearing all the things that are going on, and just want to thank everybody on this panel. Special thanks to the Galleria Mall. This Christmas season, GraceWorks is doing something a little different through partnership, and we're having giving machines, as they're called, and they will be in the mall, and what they are like a vending machine where you can support different aspects of our ministry and other ministries that are there. I know One Gen Away did that, was it last year? Yeah, and it proved to be very fruitful for them, so we're counting on our community to support us in that way. So when you're at the mall shopping, look for those giving machines. Dunny, do you remember what store it's by? Oh, that's right, downstairs near Belk. I'm sitting by the right person. All right, let me just give a quick overview of GraceWorks for those who don't know us, and then talk about how you can get engaged. Am I ready? That's okay. GraceWorks, yay. Our mission statement, neighbor serving neighbor by the power of God's grace. I love that Williamson County came up with the concept of GraceWorks. When we look at all that is going on, all the movement, all the ways that people can get engaged. We hear stats about our county, and there are people who fall between the cracks. And our community has proven this mission statement true. Neighbor serving neighbor by the power of God's grace. I want to thank this community for how very well we are supported with volunteerism, with dollars, with gifts to our events, with donations to our thrift store. Everything I have on today is from our thrift store. So now when I go and talk, I say, if I happen to be wearing your outfit, I hope that you think I look cute in it. I do. Any rate. GraceWorks has 3 core programs. Food is one of them. Our food, you know, is so important, but what that looks like from a tangible sense. We have a brick and mortar food pantry. And you think, oh, you know, do people really need food in Williamson County? Oh my goodness. Our food numbers are now matching what they were in the days of the height of the pandemic. In August, we gave away 1,000 carts of food to families. September, that dropped down to about 834. October, it went back up to 956. In addition to our brick and mortar food pantry, we also do mobile food pantries where we partner with Second Harvest and take a 53-foot trailer of food to underserved areas or to more rural areas. We're seeing robust numbers there, robust numbers coming to our mobile food pantries. They're typically held in Fairview. We also do mobile food pantries at Franklin Estates, and we do one in Fairview at the Maple Village. It's a retirement home where we hope to serve our elderly. Our food program also includes our fuel bags, where we give light meals and snacks to those students in our Williamson County and Franklin special schools who have been identified as hunger risk. And it's things for them to take home over the weekend. Microwavable mac and cheese, beanie weenies, cheese crackers, little fruit cups, shelf-stable milk and cereal. You get the picture. A recently added program, let me just back up and say for our fuel bag program, just so we know all is not well in Williamson County, those are distributed to the kids on free and reduced lunches. There are about 5,000 kids in our schools that receive that. That is also a robust program. We gave out 28,000 of those fuel bags over the school year. And so that adds to another program. We have classroom snack boxes. When I learned that kids have to bring a mid-morning snack, I asked, what about the kids on free and reduced lunches? They didn't have one, so the hungriest kids were sitting and watching somebody else munch. And also, you all know the compassion of our teachers. They're going in their pockets buying these snacks for the kids, and they are already underpaid. I always say I think they should be paid what football players are paid, but nobody asked me. At any rate, that program has become very robust. Over 40,000 of those classroom snack boxes were given away last school year. So a very robust food program meeting the food needs in our community. Our shelter is rent, I now say mortgage, and utility support. That's a financial support that is given to our neighbors who live in Williamson County. Food is offered to anybody who requests it. You don't have to be a Williamson County resident, but because we're a small ministry, and as you know, helping people with rent and mortgage and utilities, that financial outlay proves to be too much for us to offer it outside of our county. It too is very, very robust. We have so far given away almost $300,000 in rent and utility assistance, and that's an important part. Our support program really looks very different, and part of our support program, I just want to recognize ministries and organizations here who partner with us and allow us to offer that wraparound support. Mercy Medical is one of them. We're very grateful, Cindy, for our partnership. You know, our counselors who see, we don't call them counselors, we call them grace workers, who vet our neighbors who come in. Oftentimes, their situations are beyond what a lay volunteer can do. And we have a partnership with Mercy Medical that allows us to refer people to their mental health clinics as well as health needs. And their sliding scale really fits in with many of our neighbors who are struggling financially. Our support program also is through partnerships with United Way. During the tax season, we offer free tax returns for those who make $66,000 or less, and that happens at GraceWorks. It's pivoted a little bit with the COVID. Also, our support looks like partnerships with so many other ministries. We're a partner with Bridges, where we can give away vouchers to those women who have escaped domestic abuse and may need help as they get on their feet. But one big way that we support that's coming up is our manger, and it's a Christmas shopping extravaganza for our low-income neighbors. So when you see those Toys for Tots, toy boxes, those come to GraceWorks. We're hoping to serve about 4,000 kids with toys this year, so we hope that you will support that. Our Little Angels, which is a program to come alongside low-income moms who have recently given birth and give them car seats and diapers and just a new baby package that makes a difference for them. So that's GraceWorks food shelter support, our core programs, our thrift stores included in that. We love that our thrift store supports many, many of our neighbors with vouchers who need it. And also the thrift store clearly provides income for our programs. But another way that's important to provide income and a fun way to support GraceWorks is this Thanksgiving morning is a turkey trot. And so we invite you to register. If you, like me, are not a runner, you can walk it. You could do like I do and cheat and do the 1K with the kids and say, oh yeah, I did the turkey trot. But those monies go to support our programs. It's a fun morning. We understand there are turkeys in the oven, so we do it efficiently and get you back home quickly. Please go to our website and register for that. Thanksgiving morning, it's a big family event. There are a lot of spectators. Maybe you just want to come and cheer someone else on. It is all quite fun. I talked about the manger. This is that Christmas shopping experience for our low-income neighbors. We need volunteers for that. If you want to do a toy drive, if you want to come and help inventory the toys, you can go on our website and just order toys from Amazon and have them delivered to us. We typically tell you what age group we need toys for the most. Right now, what we're seeing is for teenage boys. So if that's something that sounds fun to you to shop for, they can shop Small Business Saturday and get the toys, be at the mall like right now, right? Buying toys and dropping them off at GraceWorks. I'm sitting right between the folks I need to sit between. Also, another way to support GraceWorks, though not the holidays, but since I have the mic, you know I'm an opportunist, our upcoming Neighbor Serving Neighbor benefit dinner that is going to be at the factory this year, and we're excited about that. I know we just are short on time. If I can, this video is 2.5 minutes. I'd love to have a neighbor tell her story of the impact that GraceWorks has had on her. Thank you, Emily.
When I came to GraceWorks, I was emotionally all over the place. It was myself and my 3 kids, and I was taking care of them on my own. So I didn't really know what type of resources were out there because I'm originally from Florida, and Florida doesn't have very many resources as far as reaching out and helping people. As far as, food pantries, winter coats, Christmas gifts, things like that, there are not really very many resources that you can count on in Florida. So what first brought me to GraceWorks, I moved to Fairview in the end of 2018. And a neighbor at the time saw that I was new. It was myself and my best friend and our children. And they suggested visiting GraceWorks. They helped us out with everything that we needed, told us about the pantry, and that's where it started at first. They would give dry goods as well as meats and vegetables, fresh vegetables, even non-perishable items, toilet paper, soap, toothpaste, things like that. Like I even got food for my cat, so they were a big help, and that's how I started with GraceWorks. If not for GraceWorks, I don't know where I would be, to be honest. Right now, I'm at a place where I don't really need the assistance, and that's good. GraceWorks was essential in that part of my life as far as getting me to a stable point where I could take care of my kids on my own. So GraceWorks and the help that they gave my children have afforded me the opportunity to have my children volunteer with GraceWorks with the food pantries on Saturdays and on holidays when they are giving out baskets. Working with GraceWorks basically restored my faith in humanity. In the world that we live in today, everyone is selfish. Everybody is about me, and no one really wants to lend that helping hand. And I feel like GraceWorks is that helping hand and that sense of humanity and that sense of compassion where people matter.
Thank you so much.
So I just want to say, please, this holiday, as we are stepping into the season, to remember those that are struggling this season. And we count on your generosity, your participation, your volunteerism, your gifts, and your prayers. Thank you.
Thank you so much to this panel. Thank you. I hope you feel a little more prepared for the holidays, and I hope what you also take away from you today is that there are ways for you to be involved in helping and making Christmas brighter through giving. We have received so much in this community. We're so lucky and blessed. And whether you give through the giving machines in the Galleria or support GraceWorks or One Gen Away or one of the toy drives, because the firefighters will have their toy drive as well as the police department. Look for a way you can give back in our community, and it's the greatest gift is to give to others. And so we really appreciate this program today. We've gone over a lot of the events, and we'll just remind you and invite you to the November 15th volunteer awards tomorrow night at Rolling Hills Community Church. We'll start at 5 with the reception, catering and events by Suzette is doing that. And then the program at 6, and we'll get you out of there 7:30, 7:45, right, Tom? And we'll get that done. I will say there's so much need in our community. I hate to say it, but Franklin, there are ways to support Franklin tomorrow, and we would appreciate your support as a nonprofit here in our community. But during this time of year, it's difficult to ask for that because the need exists so deeply that we would ask you to look at how you can support your neighbors. Be aware, as the chief said, about 988 and how to look for help for someone. And her officers and the fire department both are responding with additional training on responding to those who are suffering a mental health issue, and we would encourage you to be aware of that. But follow us on social media. We're going to post this program probably Wednesday. We might be a little busy tomorrow with this little thing called the Volunteer Awards, but please, we hope to see you tomorrow night at Rolling Hills, and go out and make it a great day and find a way to be a good neighbor. Thanks so much.